soldiers, they standing there looking like they're holding up the bear, right? But they...
Here in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and Sixth Shield General, 4th in command in the nation of Israel, Lahab. I'd like to salute this brother. March up. Barak. Yeshabiam, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to Priest General Lahab.
Water, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
Hey, shalom everybody, this is Captain Marquardt at the ISUPK. I wanted to show you something real fast. We out here in Cleveland, Ohio. If you take a look up at these statues right here, this is a statue from the Civil War. And as you can see, some of the soldiers, white soldiers, they standing there looking like they're holding up the bear, right? But they see the black man with no shirt off, and he's holding up a stick as well. As that black people fought in so many wars in America, time after time and after time, and we reaped none of the benefits. So this statue right here is something that we need to take a look at and examine. And if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, or child, join us July 30th to August 2nd. We're in Cleveland, Ohio right now. Whatever city you in the Midwest, especially outside of the Midwest, it don't even matter. Come to the Midwest 5 weekend under command of Johnny Hunter. You see these strong brothers I got standing with me, man. These brothers right here are priests of the Lord. We're going to be doing it live, Midwest 5 weekend, July 30th to August 2nd. If you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, come and join us. It's going down. We got 4 days of just absolute amazing activities. We got General Hyman teaching class.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters.
Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, aka Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
You mean everything to me because I know you mean everything to Christ. And Christ means everything to me.
I called on the Lord. I said, man, Father, this is real. Will you watch over them? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you called for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they will follow the law, they doing it. You said under Yahushua they ought to love one another, and they doing it.
All right, let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all in the chat, put a 1 if you can hear me. Make sure we're doing all right. Shalom, Officer Kagawar. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah to you. All the brothers and sisters that are here. Hey, Shalom, Sister Angel, how you doing? Yahweh Shamar Latah Bashim Yahushua, sis. Trooper Uriah, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah, warrior. Hanging on in there. All right. Like I say, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Y'all hearing the brother just fine. All right. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Command and General Yohana. Hit the water, y'all. Since 1969, we've been the brothers out there on the streets fighting for this truth and fighting to bring this truth to our brothers and sisters and bring you back to your nationality of who you are. All right. Hey, Trooper Cabal, what's going on, Warrior? Shalom. Appreciate all y'all. All right. About to get started with the class, so if any of y'all got any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. We'll deal with them. Any questions, comments, concerns? Whatever you need, we got. Not because we're special, but because we follow the Most High. We listen to the Lord. And we listen to men of the Lord. All right. If I'm coming through a little unstraight, just understand I'm old, all right? I done got aged in this thing. But no, we got the Brotherhood class as we do every Tuesday. We are the simple topic. We're just dealing with culture as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
I say it all the time. The laws, statutes, and commandments, which deal with civil laws, which deal with dietary laws, deal with ceremonial laws, all of that was given to us to be our wisdom in the sight of the nations, like it says in Deuteronomy. And it was given to us to set us apart from the other nations. Today, we would call that a culture. The root word in the word culture is cult. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we don't get too bent out of shape about how people calling us a cult or cultist or what have you, because we down with keeping the culture. As the kids say, we keep the culture. And just trying to let our people know that our culture was given to us, to our ancestors, our forefathers, thousands of years ago. And so, we're in the land of our captivity. We don't know our culture because we refuse to listen to the men of the Lord. Y'all want to listen to Creflo Dollar. Y'all want to listen to T.D. Jakes. Y'all want to listen to Tyler Perry. Y'all Bashin Shabakata, warrior. All right. Y'all want to listen to Steve Harvey and a bunch of other old Christian Negroes who don't know the Bible, who don't know history, and not about leading you towards anything to righteousness. The only thing they want to do is tell you that keep telling your women that they don't have to listen to you, and keep telling your and mentoring your sons to be okay with alternate lifestyles, wanting to lead an alternate lifestyle. In fact, even though Barack Obama ain't one of us, he pissed me off some fierce last year when he suggested that young black men all get a homosexual mentor. I mean, could you believe it when you heard that? I wanted them to set Obama's ass on fire for that. And I mean that literally and figuratively. Take it any way you want, literally or figuratively. I wanted them to set him on fire for saying that nonsense there. Why in the fuck, and excuse my French, would kids need a alternate lifestyle or LGBT or homosexual mentor? Why? You're giving free reign to people who deal with spirits to molest your damn kids. That's what you're going to do. Among other things, not alongside from confuse the kid and get him thinking that he can be a boy and live like a girl and it's okay. I mean, that ain't bad enough. You're going to be taking the kid through it, molesting the child. You know what I'm saying? It's disgusting in every way, and just to be totally honest about it, it's not our culture. Homosexuality and lesbianism is not our people's culture, and it never was. Because we understood that the men of the Lord understood that following in that way was against the Most High. It was unnatural, and it was a disgusting thing to do. Hey, Shalom, warrior Jason, what's going on, warrior? How you doing? And yeah, Trooper Cabal is right. They don't call it slavery a cult, right? Exactly. But getting back to what I was saying, you're basically serving your kids up to demons by getting them a homosexual mentor. I couldn't believe that left his lips when he said it. You know what I'm saying?
That made him say it. But I think he was still wanting to say it anyway.
Yeah, but Obama has been so pro-LGBTQ for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Even when he was still in Chicago as a junior senator, he had all the way back the LGBTQ nonsense.
Why they had to get the black president to say it? Why couldn't any other presidents before him say that?
Well, the reason for that is because they know,
Well, so-called black.
yeah, they know blackface, even in this case an African, is, what's the word I'm looking for? Inclusive. They put this black nigga up, they put this black nigga up here and saying that everybody else will follow. even though he's not black, he's actually just an African. You know, and Africans do not call themselves black. Africans call themselves Africans no matter what country they're from, because they didn't lose their identity during, you know, even during colonialism and in South Africa with apartheid, they still didn't lose their identity. You know what I'm saying? But the Negro and the West Indian have. We still run around here calling ourselves African, the most of us. African or African American. So they feel they're going to use this black educated man who just happens to have ambitions to get into the White House as the president. They feel like we're going to use him and put out this whole platform of LGBT rainbow nonsense and include everything and include everybody, and this is the way we're going to reshape the world. Hard to call Obama a plant because it was always, how do I say it? It was always their idea if they're going to get a black face in the White House as president, it's going to be one that we chose or we select. You know what I'm saying? And they were trying to do it again with the most recent election when Biden dropped out and then they had nobody else. So they say, why not this Kamala Harris chick? Ain't she black? Even though she's not. Y'all will listen to us in the ISUPK and swear that we crazy, but we telling the truth, man. They knew what they were doing. They ain't backing they're not going to back no legitimately black candidate. It's going to either be a nigga they can control, you know, your Officer Tatums of the world, or it's going to be somebody that's colored but ain't really black. Obama, Harris. And you Latinos ain't exempt from this either, you know. Ain't they doing it with AOC? That old Latina woman? You're not familiar with it? No. Google AOC one day at Octavia something.
I mean, I heard of AOC, but I'm just not familiar with what's going on with her.
Yeah. She's another so-called minority, way left leaning that they're trying to get in there to run next time. It's always a game behind it, just like Trooper Uriah and they're saying. It's always a game behind it or a script behind it. And the bottom line is so-called white man who's been a homosexual from the beginning, he can get away with all that because that's his culture. It's always been his culture to be a homosexual. It's always been a culture for him to be his culture to be a pedophile and a sexual deviant. It's always been his culture to be a criminal of the earth. This is just what they do. You know what I'm saying? But that's not our culture. We need to get away from being nasty and disgusting sodomites. We need to get away from being dope dealers. We need so-called black men back in order. We need so-called black women back in order so their kids can be back in order. And we're running out of time because soon this so-called white man is going to finally lose his power. Something's going to bring him down. I mean, he lost, say, Shalom to Trooper Lahab Karash. He's losing over there in Iran. Iranians ain't scared of him or his allies. They've been making they're literally making demands right now, literally telling Trump, agree to our demands or go F yourself. They're not worried about no Donald Trump no more. They're not worried about America. They're not worried about America's weapons. They're not worried about America's military. They ain't worried about America's allies. And I wouldn't be either if I was Iran. I'm not worried about a country that can't even get control of their women. A country where almost half of the people in the military are homosexuals or women. You think Iran has this kind of problem? You think their allies over there in Russia and in China and North Korea got to worry about women being in the military? so they can go F around and then later on try to get men thrown out the military just for just because they're horny and had consensual sex. Now I'm not saying that if the sex was unconsensual, that's something else, but consensual sex, even in the military, is consensual sex, right?
Okay.
So it ain't no reason for no male officers have to be brung up on disciplinary actions or lose rank or lose spot in the military altogether just because he stood up there and got with some woman who shouldn't be in the military anyway, just because she's a woman. That's not her position. The Lord did not make women to fight militaries. That's what he made men for. And when you put women in the military and you give them rank and you give them this, that, and the third, this is what you get. And Iran and countries like North Korea and Russia, and they're not afraid of America for that reason. You got an army that are half women or half sodomites. We're going to worry about them. And they telling Donald Trump to hell with you. The Straits of Hormuz are going to stay closed until y'all meet these demands. And we ain't moving off any of them. The point of this class, though, is just letting y'all know that, look, Israel, that was never our culture to begin with. Why are we fighting to stay in something that we were never supposed to be a part of? There's a bunch of men who were former basketball players that are now declaring themselves for the WNBA draft. Did y'all know about that?
No, so I didn't
Yeah,
hear
they're declaring themselves. These are guys now.
that. I don't understand.
Former NBA players declaring for the WNBA draft because the WNBA has nothing restricting transgender athletes. And since being a woman now has to be defined to people in America, they're holding an emergency meeting, the WNBA, this week, to have it lined out what constitutes being a woman. Because if they're inclusive like they say they're supposed to, then theoretically a man can say, yeah, I want to enter the WNBA draft.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now they got to hold an emergency meeting to see what constitutes a man and what constitutes a woman, something the Lord came up with thousands of years ago.
Oh, okay.
We not confused over here. We know what a man and a woman is.
That's right.
Let a woman come through that door right now, dressed and in the manner of a man, because she's a old butch lesbian, and she comes in there and says, I live a wicked life and I want to come into the truth. I realize that I am an Israelite from the tribe of Judah or Benjamin or Issachar or Ephraim, and I want to be brand new. The first thing we're gonna tell her is you got to come out of a man's uniform, literally and figuratively. You got to leave and then you got to come back dressed like a woman, head covered, at least acting like a woman. Don't bring yourself in here with a flannel jacket and anything else that pertains to a man, still in a manly spirit.
Flannel jacket and Timberland.
Yeah, flannel jacket and Timberland boots, looking even more manlier than one of us. No, it's not going to work. I'm just going to tell you, no. You're going to turn around. You're going to go back home. And when you come back, you're going to be in a woman's uniform. And by woman's uniform, I mean, you're not going to be looking like a woman. You're going to be acting like one. That's the point. Because the Lord don't need to hold no special meetings like the WNBA about what's a man, what constitutes a man, and what constitutes a woman. You know what I'm saying? Used to be, you got hair on your face and a rod in between your legs. It was pretty obvious you're a man. Even when you're born, if you got that branch and two apples coming in, you know, people understood that this was a boy, and we got to raise him up to be a man. Now, if the baby came in the world without that and had a split, it means okay, this is intended to be a girl, so we're going to raise this girl to be a woman. There was never no confusion, but because we follow after so-called white people and get told to call Bruce Jenner Caitlyn and Ellen Page Elliott because they wanted to switch, now we have to readjust. They tell us and they tell us we're toxic and we're cavemen and we're bigots if we don't readjust our thinking and start calling men women or women men just because that's why they want to be addressed. I'm like, to hell with all that. I don't deal in confusion, and neither does the Lord. You come in this world with a twig and berries. That means you are a man. You are a male, and you were brought here to be a man. And you should be brought up to be a man, not brought up to be a woman. It's a shame when rappers like shout out to Boosie Badass. It's a shame when brothers like him have more moral fiber than most other people. Because he came out, I think last week, and said something about kids shouldn't be allowed shouldn't be watching programming where they're pushing LGBT nonsense in the cartoons or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Alternative life in the cartoons. He went public with his criticism of that, and he's been catching strays ever since. Now keep in mind, this is the same Boosie Badass who, when his son was about 14 or 15, he got him a prostitute. And little Tootie Raw right now thinks he's too damn grown. You know what I'm saying? Ain't even lived enough to be as grown as he acts. You know, shout out to him. There's no shade on him, but when brothers like Boosie Badass got have more of a moral fiber or a less of a moral compass than most people, then things need to be reexamined. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shalom, Sister Taylor. How you doing? Officer Maiwaz, how you doing, Hebrew? Yahbashim Yashabrakatah. But we're going to go ahead and get started with the lesson now. We're going to, it's the Brotherhood class. We do this every Tuesday. Get us started with our Brotherhood scripture in 1 Peter, Baba Kashah.
1 Peter 2 and 7?
2 and 17.
17. This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 17. Honor all men. Love the brotherhood.
Honor all men. Love the brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about your Israelite brothers. Those are the men you honor, and those are and the brotherhood you're supposed to love. Go ahead.
Fear God.
Fear the Most High.
Honor the King.
Honor our King. Our King is Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus the Christ. Go ahead.
Verse 18. Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the forward.
Okay, we'll stop right there.
Okay.
But we spoke. A big part of our culture is the brotherhood. You know, when Christ came back to regather the 12 tribes of Israel, he was trying to rebuild the nation strictly on brotherhood because that's what would have freed us. We'd have done one of two things. We'd have either left these captive nations, or we would have fought them from invading the land. One of Christ's last directives was to tell us when the heathen encompassed the land, head to the mountains. In other words, he was talking about running onto the other side of the mountains, you know, and running back to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So everything that he did was about the brotherhood and repairing and fixing the nation. If you want to, Kagawar, you can cut this AC on a little bit so you can cool off. No sweat, brother. No sweat, no sweat. But we're gonna go ahead and get into the lesson. Basically, keep the culture. Y'all see what happened with that sister. What's inspiring this lesson is what that sister that was on film sleeping, either because she got too high or got too drunk. She's asleep, and her white homegirls who invited her over then started talking to her like a dog and then beating the hell out of her. What nobody's going to go into but us, we're going to go into the fact that that whole situation happened because that sister wasn't keeping the culture. Now, obviously, if she's never been in an ISUPK class or seen a ISUPK camp speaking, then she doesn't know the truth and she doesn't know her culture. So hopefully this video, when that sister gets her head together, because obviously she's been through a lot. That was a pretty traumatizing thing. Had these old Edomite chicks beat you up in your sleep and then drag you out of an apartment down the steps and doing all that. Man, I don't know what the sister's name is, but that video has gone viral. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I mean, it's heavy what you're pitting on is because she's not the only sister that's going on. You know, happening too. It's happening all over this country. When you go to like those predominantly white neighborhoods or predominantly white schools, they do that to the kids. It's like the minority of the group.
They got a long history of hazing them. Come on. And in this case, I don't even think this was hazing. This is just white broads who hated her. Probably only because she's black. Because they called her over, got her drunk and got her high, or both. And then, hell, even as they dragging her around and beating the hell out of her, she's still out. If you've seen the video. Still out of it. Just no way to fight back. These three white girls did whatever they wanted to. But we'll never charge our black leaders for this. Hell, Martin Luther King can still be charged for this because he was so quick to take that money, go into sometime. As a matter of fact, that's something I want to do. I'm gonna call Captain Malquad. I bet you he still has that. Captain Malquad is one of our high-ranking captains up there in Chicago. By the way, big up to them brothers. The Midwest Cookout was a big success a couple of weeks ago. Big up to y'all for that. And we know the brothers in Philadelphia are on deck, but with the East Coast Cookout. But Captain Malquad mentioned a while back about how Martin Luther King and 5 other so-called Negroes took money. They basically took money from Esau to push a message of further integrating our people into white society. So when you see videos like that happened to that sister, in a way you can still charge Martin Luther King and the rest of our so-called Negro leaders, all of them failures, for that happening to that sister. What's going on? What was the brother's name? Nolan Wells, who went on a trip. The only token Negro around a bunch of old white so-called friends, and now he's dead. And instead of getting down to what happened to him, they're going after his mother. So, and it's so many situations. If I just spent a week going into how many of our brothers and sisters done ended up dead, being the token Negro around a bunch of white girls or white men, that would be a lecture. That would be an ISUPK lecture. You know what I'm saying? Be a 2.5-hour lecture we could put together.
It'd be a solid one too.
Come on. But let's start the lesson. Take me to Matthew 24:9. This is kind of what happens when you integrate yourself. You're going to either wind up dead. I don't know what's worse though. Whether you're gonna wind up dead or you're gonna be a total sellout coon like Officer Tatum. I don't know. Is one, which one is worse? I would say, I don't know. Part of me would rather die than end up like Officer Tatum and hate my people and insult my people and join up with the white power structures. What do y'all think? What do y'all in the chat think? Would you just rather be dead, or would you rather be a sellout? I know what ISUPK warriors are gonna say. Hell, we live by it. Death before dishonor. And we mean that business. We're going to read Matthew 24:9. Go ahead.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Okay, so it's telling you it's going to be, you're going to be hated of all nations. We got to get out of that mentality that because we're in one so-called nation or island, aka USA, the United States of America, that we're all one people. No, we're not all one people. We can all be Americans, but we're not all one people. You know what I'm saying? And that's according to the Lord. He called on us to be a separate people. Told you that all the way back in Exodus. And nothing's changed. The Lord, y'all know the Lord don't change. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
Go ahead.
And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Many false prophets. You're Martin Luther King.
Come on.
You don't get a bigger false prophet than him. Because while the Lord is telling you to separate from your enemies, Martin Luther King was paid money to join you to your enemies. And he didn't even realize how off that was until just before he passed. He was the one that literally said he fears that he led his people into a burning house. He said that. Yeah, thanks, MLK. You're a little too late for that. Because right now, this house is burnt. We, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are living in what's getting ready to be the charred remains of this little old sodomite, homosexual, drug-filled kingdom so-called white man that started. And been trying to push us and normalize us into for many decades. And though he's got a lot of our people, he ain't got them all. You here in the ISUPK, that'll never be your fate, because we chose the Lord's way. Keep reading.
Verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
The love of many shall wax cold. In other words, it's going to what's the word I'm looking for? Take you away from this truth is going to take you away from your own people. You know what I'm saying? Family members that don't want to follow the Most High, they only want to follow the ways of the land. That's how it's going to destroy relationships. You got to be able to put down those relationships, those loving relationships if necessary, if it means following the Lord and following righteousness. Go ahead and keep reading.
That's Matthew chapter 24, verse 13.
Yeah, we'll get 13 and 14.
But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Endure unto the end, no matter what. No matter what, no matter family members cutting you off, your woman leaving you, even your kids abandoning you. You got to endure to the end if you want to be saved. This ain't no halfway game. You can't be playing. You can't be half in and half out, lukewarm with this truth. We got to, at some point, establish who we are and just follow the rules. That's a big thing with so-called Negroes. We hate rules. I can't tell you how many times I watched them old police cam videos. And though I don't support the police, because police are mainly so-called white men, racist white men for the most part, and they are the devil that the Bible speaks of, but at the same time, I think brothers and sisters can save themselves a whole lot of grief if if you get pulled over, just do what these devils say. You know what I'm saying? If he asks you out of your car, get out the car. If he asks for your ID, give him your ID. Why? Because the whole point is keeping your life so you can deal with whatever they throw at you and then change your life if need be. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all that get pulled over, doing drugs in the car. You know what I'm saying? And if Esau smell that, you're done for. Yeah, you're done for. I'm saying comply only to save your life so you can do some good. I don't want these white devils to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Or hurt you in any kind of way. I saw this one dash cam. It wasn't a dash cam video. It was a police video, cam video. This devil was stopping this sister and this white woman because the sister was stealing from the dollar store, which gives you just a insight on just how hard she got it. You know what I'm saying? You stealing from the dollar store. Police ask her, to comply with some questions, producing some ID. She starts fighting. She starts trying to walk away. She starts trying to pull away. And then he says she's under arrest. It turned into a wrestling match. And during the wrestling match, this sister put her hands on the officer's gun, which was still holstered, thank the Most High for that. And she fired the gun. And even with the camera on, the officer, once he got control of her, socked her right in the mouth. Okay. And I hated seeing it, yet at the same time, I don't want to say the officer is justified for it, but you got to know in your mind that if you fire a gun at the cops, or in this case, fire their gun, it's going to cost you one. You know what I'm saying? Okay. He's going to go upside your head. He's going to tase you. Hell, he might even shoot you. Okay. So the sister was doing real good to still be alive after that. Anyway, they sentenced the sister to 40 years. Because she's wrestling with the cops. She's firing a damn pistol. Which to get 40 years, though, it still means she had no kind of representation. Because she could have got a lot less time for what she did. But, I mean, that one devil on OnlyFans devil who killed that African boyfriend only got 6 years. That came out, yesterday, I think it did. Now, obviously, white privilege was always going to protect her, but still. You getting 40 years for firing a gun that you didn't even point at anybody. And she got 6 years for stabbing up her old African boyfriend and killing him. And she's already been in prison about half that time, so before 2030, that heifer might be getting out. So, bringing this back to the context of what we're talking about, joining these people is why we're the way we are with no protection. You know what I'm saying? White people are never going to value your life as much as they value their own. It's never going to happen. Whether in a fake democracy or a real one, it's never going to happen. You're never going to have privilege so-called white people have. And every time our people, blacks or Hispanics or Native Americans, find that out, they always seem to be disappointed, yet if they knew the scriptures and knew their heritage, or were just paying attention, they'd understand that it's always going to be like that. We are not equal. No matter how many times your pastor or the rest of these sellout Negro leaders, your Brandon Tatums of the world, no matter how many, what's the old girl that I like a whole lot, but I hate the way she thinks? That damn Candace Owens. You're never going to get that world. Hell, by the way, she's finding that out now. You know what I'm saying? She's been kissing white men's ass for a decade and a half, and then it all turned on her now. Because it was never meant for you to join them. We getting all this hell because we won't come together like the Lord demands and take care of ourselves. Take me to Lamentations 4:18, Baba Kashah. Lamentations in the Old Testament, it ought to be right after Jeremiah. Because the prophet Jeremiah wrote both of them books. Lamentations 4:18. Just give y'all an idea of what we're talking about as far as these nations. They cannot help but destroy the 12 tribes of Israel. They hate Black, Hispanic, and Native American men because they know, deep down, they know that the spirit of the Most High is in you. And they still want that spirit. They'll never have that spirit because the Lord didn't choose them. The Lord didn't choose any nation other than the 12 tribes of Israel, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. We in Lamentations yet?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead, 4:18, Baba Kashah.
Come on, Book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps that we can't. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Okay,
so it's telling us they hunting our steps, you know. Pretty soon, sundown towns are going to be back if they're not already. You know what I'm saying?
They're starting back up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All over the South. Even here in Texas. They're going to be hunting us until the end of time. They always were, but they're going to continue hunting us because they're not going to be satisfied until they totally destroy us. In their minds, we're either going to be prisoners, we're going to be sodomites, or we're going to be dead. The only so-called Negroes that'll still be around in their mind are those like your LeBron Jameses who make them a lot of money. That's it. The rest of us they want to do away with. Now the Lord ultimately is going to shut that down, obviously, but y'all so-called Negroes need to put down this notion that we're all going to be one people with these nations. Officer Maiwaz, yeah, they still have sundown towns for sure. We're going to see more of them. We got to get out of this notion that we're going to be all together, one rainbow, with all nations and with all kindreds and with all sexual orientations. Keep in mind, they're trying to make that pedophilia a sexual orientation now. That's going to be the end game as far as Esau is concerned. He's been wanting to do it forever. That's been the Catholic Church's mission forever. To make pedophilia a sexual orientation. Trooper Cabal say, I go to gun range where it is sundown town. Yeah, once I see sun go down, there you go. Most High in Christ. Okay, take me to Deuteronomy 28 and 50. We'll go to the law real quick. Go to the curses. In fact, we'll start at 49.
What chapter?
Deuteronomy 28. Verse 49.
Come on.
Got it?
Come on.
All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Yahweh will bring a nation against thee from afar. Listen to what he's saying. He's saying a nation, meaning a people, a particular race. Go ahead.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Swift as the what flieth?
As the eagle flieth.
Whose emblem is the eagle? Let me just ask that. Going through history, whose emblem is the eagle? think we will cover this in the book of Obadiah, but whose emblem are the eagle? Isn't that the state bird in the United States?
Okay.
The United Kingdom as well?
Okay.
Spain, Portugal, Germany. Who else? Russia, didn't they have it too?
Germany, Nazis.
Yeah, con. The eagle goes wherever the so-called white man goes. So that's who we're talking about. Go ahead, let's finish verse 50.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
We didn't have any concept of Latin at verse or any other language that came from it, including English. Go ahead.
Verse 50. A nation of fierce continents, which
fierce
shall not regard.
A fierce continent. Go ahead.
Which shall not regard the person of old, nor shall favor to the young.
They don't regard old or young. They kill all of us. They destroyed our our older men and women, killing them all types of ways and turning their skin into furniture. Trooper Uriah, Esau, turning our dead elder skin into furniture. They would take our babies and feed them to alligators. How about that? Sister pregnant, they hang her, they split her damn stomach so a fetus can drop out, and then as soon as that fetus is dead, they feed it to an alligator. These are the monsters that y'all live among. And y'all need to be bringing this up on comment boards because I don't know if anybody's noticed, it's a whole lot of devils coming over to our Facebook pages and spamming it and trolling us and whatever, trying to call us the monsters when we're not the monsters. They're the beasts of the field. You know what I'm saying? So y'all ought to show them these things. Show them how this nation was established. It was established by blood. It was established by destroying our people. Like I said, turning our elder skin into furniture and into clothes, and killing our young ones and throwing their bodies to alligators. Read verse 50 again.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 50. A nation of fierce continents, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
They don't respect our elders, and they don't love our young people. They're trying to kill them every time they see them. Y'all thought Trayvon Martin was just an isolated incident? Come on now. George Stinney, Emmett Till. Any of these names ring a bell? So, they do not care and they don't love you. Our culture is sticking by our own. Zechariah 11:5, Bob Kashar. Still talking about this nation of fierce continents. We might go back to Jeremiah in a minute, but let's get Zechariah 11:5. If I can stop confusing my reader, we'll be all right.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Let's start at verse 4. Salaki for that. Start at verse 4.
Come on. It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Okay, that's what our devils say. Bless the Lord. They got, even back then, they dared to put our Lord's name in their mouth. And even now they try to, even though it's a fake name. We already know that the Most High's name is not Yahweh or Jehovah. But they will, the heathen, the Edomites will call on that name, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they'll call on Christ as well. And they will thank him for making them rich while they destroy us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm bringing that out to let y'all know that this oppressor don't care about us. Never did, never will. We got that saying before our people started using that to scam everybody. Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
When is it going to start mattering to us? Talking mainly to our people that are in the world just happen to be watching. When is Black Lives Matter going to matter to us? Trooper Cabal asked a question, where do people get his name is Yahweh? What they getting a hold of our records and long before that, adding vowels to our records. That's how you got Yahweh, which isn't even, it isn't Hebrew. It ain't even ancient. It ain't ancient Hebrew. It ain't modern Hebrew. It's basic English. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the Heavenly Father's name. Our ancestors never called him Yahweh. Just so you understand. Any other questions? Y'all go ahead and put them in the chat. When I'm here and teaching, I'm here to answer questions. All right. Yes, Sister Angel, it is correct. It is spot on. It's how they are. It's how they look at us. Where were we in Zechariah 11:5? Go ahead and get drop that. Go ahead and get Jeremiah 50:7. I didn't have that in the plan, but we're gonna go ahead and pull that anyway. Because y'all trying to get love from a beast. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't just us they hate. Hell, they hate everybody. Go ask the people in Afghanistan or the people in Iraq how Esau feel about them. Hell, ask Japan. They sure got a few stories. Go ahead.
Come, sir. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 7. All that found them have devoured them.
All that found us have devoured us. In other words, they've destroyed us. They've at least on a figurative level, have eaten us. You know what I'm saying? Just like ticks or mosquitoes or parasites or bed bugs, when they get a hold to you, they destroy you even though they don't do too much damage. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But they live basically off your blood. Go ahead, finish that.
Come on. And their adversary said, we offend not.
Yeah. They've been destroying us for almost 500 years, yet they all play innocent. When we at camp, I can't tell you how many so-called white men come to us and say, we didn't have slaves. We didn't destroy y'all. Yet you're here. You're still here in a land that ain't yours, and you're the majority, and you're the overwhelming majority. Go ahead.
Or when the judge says he committed suicide for those hangings.
Right. Like the brothers and sisters that get there and got hung there in Mississippi here recently, they're doing it to themselves. Out there in the woods and the boonies where nobody can find them, they just decided to string themselves up. No. Let them tell it they're totally innocent. White man and woman are the devil the Bible speaks of, and it ain't even about the hatred end of it, because they're going to call me a hate monger for saying that. Devil just means deceiver or liar. That's it.
Come.
So they've built an entire nation, an entire devilish culture on a lie. And they're still lying. saying that we're all equal and we're all together. You know what I'm saying? We're all a human race. Yeah, they're lying to you just when they say that. That's the devil, man. Let's get Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 12 and verse 10. They try to get love from people that think and act like them. Con, sister. Exactly. They're never going to get love from beasts, from monsters. Go ahead.
Come comes the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy.
Please say that part again.
Never trust thine enemy.
Go ahead.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
That could have saved Noah Wells' life, right? Nolan Wells' life, right?
Come, sir.
Never trust thine enemy. That sister got that beat down from them. I don't know what them white girls, sorority girls or whatever, but that could have saved her from a lot of that issue if she would just do what?
Never trust thine enemy.
Never trust thine enemy. Now I ain't saying you can't work for so-called white people. I ain't even saying you can't have a beer with one every now and then. I'm just saying don't sleep on them. For the record, I don't have a beer with any of them. I don't spend any time with anyone that ain't around my nation, unless I just have to. You know, got slavery and got to work. But don't sleep on them. You know what I'm saying? Quit. This ain't TV. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna move into a mainly white neighborhood, and then all the white people gonna come and give you a baked pie, apple pie, and give you presents and throw you a party and shit. That's not real life, man. Hell, in many cases, you better off just staying in the hood. At least there you know the rules. I mean, you know where death could be if you there too long. You know what I'm saying? Little YMs will go out there and act the fool. Sister Angel say they're ridiculous, lying, evil bastards, damn. Con. Exactly. Y'all give Sister Angel a hand, man. Let me see what else we got here. Cabal say if they only knew how friendly we be in the. Oh yeah. Let me tell you something. We're gonna be getting them straight in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? That's right. All them false philosophies gonna be gone and gonna go away. So-called white woman want to go to bed with another so-called white woman and call that a relationship. We're gonna put them both to death. Okay. Just gonna be two dead so-called white women. All right, where are we at right now? Are we still in Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10? Go ahead and repeat that. We'll repeat the verse 10 again.
This book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
Never trust thine enemy.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
As iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You know, it's going to be there no matter what. You're supposed to be saying to yourself, okay, this is how you're supposed to live your life. Okay, I got these white neighbors. I got people I work with in this nice establishment. They're white, and they're being nice to me and speaking to me. This, that, and the third. Here's what you're supposed to say, and here's how you're supposed to. And this is how you know you have the Holy Spirit. Okay, this white man or white woman is the devil. So I'm gonna do like it says in Matthew when it says, "Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove." I ain't gonna hurt none of them. I'll be nice. I'll give him a fake smile and all that shit. But I'm not going to his house. Okay. I don't want to hear about him having a vacation spot in another state and him and all his friends are gonna be there, and he wants my black ass to come. No, not happening. Like Sister Angel saying here, don't get comfortable. Keep your eyes open. Yeah, keep your senses sharp. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to understand, yeah, they're being nice and this, that, and the third, but they're still the devil. They trying to seduce you with all this kindness. You know what I'm saying? Give me Psalms. Psalms 55, I think 20. See, we're going through all the don't trust scriptures because I'm showing you that the Lord was talking to you now, way back then, and the men of the Lord knew. That's why these scriptures are in the Bible. You're not supposed to trust the other nations. Yeah, you may have to live around them, but you're not supposed to trust them. Quit eating everything they bring to your house or to the job for you to eat. Say no sometimes. Just tell them, no, I'm good. Just ate a whole bunch of lamb and some unleavened bread. I'm good. Go ahead.
Book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Okay, so they're always going the peaceful approach with you. Trying to extend a hand, trying to be nice, offering you this, that, and the third. But you know what he's going to do when he goes home? He's still going to be sacrificing the idols, white Jesus, which is Satan. He's still going to be celebrating Christmas. He's still going to be celebrating Thanksgiving. He's still going to be doing whatever evil he was doing when he wasn't in front of you. And he's still going to be thinking evil of you. Go ahead.
He hath broken his covenant.
He broke all his covenant. Every covenant that they made with our brothers, the Native Americans, the North American Indian, he broke them. Go ahead.
Verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Again, they treating you nice, telling you nice things. It's a whole lot of our people getting seduced into this and online. I don't know if you brothers have seen it. It's these white women, they done made an affirmation page to black men. In other words, these white women are coming on there saying how much they love black men, they favor black men, they only want to date or marry black men, they only want to have black children, little mixed babies. They're not interested in white men. They're saying all this. This is a trap.
Oh, God.
Like you're reading in the scripture, their words are smoother than butter. But
war was in his heart.
That OnlyFans bra we were just talking about. That what's the bitch's name? Clinty. Yeah. I don't. Slappy, whatever the freak her name is, that killed that Nigerian. And he was a Nigerian that didn't like black people, by the way. So I don't pity him, but at the same time, that could have been one of us.
Come on, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And while they're being kind to you and they're making affirmation pages, just know that in her heart she's thinking of killing you. You sisters, same thing. There, as far as I know, there's no affirmation channel for white men that want black women, but they do seduce the sisters on these dating sites.
Oh, God, sir.
And then what happens? Like that case happened a couple of months ago. The sister goes out there to Africa with a white boy. Only the white boy makes it back to America. And whatever he did, he was so slick with it, they didn't even charge him in Africa. They like, all right, later. So now he's back in America, and that sister's family is still trying to get answers. Go ahead.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Okay, yet they're drawn swords. What do you do with swords? You battle.
Okay.
You go to war. During the time that scripture was written, that sword was your primary weapon a lot of times. You was a house without a sword, you ain't had no defense. So today that would be a gun, but understand that if these she-devils shoot these brothers, which some of them have, and have gotten away with it, you got to halfway charge yourself and you got to halfway charge these old Negro leaders for selling y'all out. Got y'all trusting your enemy. You're not supposed to trust your enemy. That's one of the biggest things with Christianity. They done got our people believing that we are our own enemy when we didn't set up this oppression. We didn't set up this empire. And the so-called white man, so long as you aspire to be him and believe and act as he does, you'll be all right. That's why the church is so satanic. The Lord didn't say all that. The Lord wanted you to separate from these people. He wanted you to him. That's why he divided the nations. Even in the book of Deuteronomy, it said that. Am I lying? For the Lord divided the nations?
Come on, sir. That's correct.
Give me 2 Samuel 19:6. It's a big problem with our people. They want to love the enemy and hate their brother and sister. Well, hell, in the New Testament, it tells you if you love your brother, you don't love the Most High. You can't say, Lord, Lord. You can't say, I love Jesus, and then you hate your brother in your heart. That's how, and that's always the scripture we wrap up brotherhood class with. So you'll hear it one time today. But we were never supposed to be one with the other nations. The only thing we're supposed to do, we're supposed to come together on our own, yet we don't come together on our own. We only want to be like Officer Tatum and come together with your enemy. And that's wrong according to the scriptures. You got it? 2 Samuel 19:6? Go ahead.
The book of 2 Samuel, 2 Samuel chapter 19, verse 6. In that thou lovest thine enemies.
You lovest your enemies, go ahead.
And hatest thy friends.
And hated thy friends, your own Israelite brothers and sisters. Go ahead.
For thou hast declared this day that thou regardest neither princes nor servants.
And the Lord the Lord is not with you when you turn against your own people. He's not with you, and you basically lent yourself over to a beast. You don't lent yourself over to Satan. The Most High been done told us how to walk and how to do this. We just got to turn to him and quit doing this thing here. Go to Proverbs 3:5. Big mistake with our people.
This book of Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord Yahweh with all thine heart.
Trust in the Most High, Yahweh, whom you call God, with all your heart. Go ahead.
And lean not unto thine own understanding.
Lean not unto your own understanding. That's a big mistake with our people. We pile up the churches every Sunday because we lean too far into our own understanding instead of just doing what the Lord said. The Lord made us to be a separate people, period. That's why do you think he had Jerusalem walled off? Pretty much gets the picture. I mean, he wants us to himself. We're his nation. And over time, had we got it perfect, we'd have been showing the whole world how to live. But our people leans too much in our own understanding, and our own understanding of what the word love means.
Right, come on, sir.
And we go to hell off and we've destroyed ourselves. Leaning to our own understanding, we done made ourselves an enemy to our own God. And you don't want to be an enemy to this God. You really don't. You do not want to be the enemy to Yahweh, the supreme power and intellect in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, sir.
Because there's so many ways he can destroy you. And it tells you in Amos that us only are the ones that have known him, so he will punish us for all our misdeeds. I'm paraphrasing. Trooper Uriah says, he's more subtle than any beast of the field. Also, he inherited the spirit of Cain They killed Abel. Exactly. He's got that spirit on him. Good point, Trooper. Esau, Brad, and Justin's new names in the kingdom will be Roderick and Tyrone as my slave. I think that's Brother Charles. Go ahead, Brother Charles. Shit. He gonna be the new Tyrone and Pookie in the field. Hell yeah. He gonna be the new Uncle Ben's on the rice box. She gonna be the new Aunt Jemima on the damn pancake and syrup box. Khan, Yahweh is the great and terrible power. And hey, he's on our side. We got to do what he says, period. Read Proverbs 3 and 5 one more time.
Come on, sir. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord, Yahweh, with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
If you need help, all you had to do is consult the scriptures, but hell, we'll make it even easier. If y'all don't understand what's in the scriptures or want to know which scripture to read, just call the ISUPK. Yeah, type them in the comments. Call us. We're all over Google, depending on where you live. We the only ones y'all need to call. Y'all don't need to be calling no church pastor or some secular Bible enthusiast, and you definitely don't need to be calling no fake Israelite group. That call, when it comes to the scriptures, should only come to the ISUPK. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, my phone ought to be blowing up to keep them damn dogs out. Con. Keep all of them out. Keep all of them out, man. Okay, trust in the Most High with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding, because this devil is going to fall. It's prophesied he's going to fall. Let's reintroduce our people to the so-called white man. Give me Genesis 27 and 41. This is what the Lord said about him. And for all you brothers and sisters that came among Israel, still trying to convince us that the Edomites ain't the so-called white man and woman, do me a favor, turn off your computer, or at least turn off your keyboard. Open your ears and listen, because the prophecy going into Esau don't apply to nobody else but the so-called white man. So that's how we know that y'all are off. Are we in Genesis?
Genesis chapter 27.
27, verse 41.
The book of Genesis chapter 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Okay, so it's saying Esau hated Jacob. You sure it's the King James Version you ain't on? Okay, repeat that again.
Maybe I said it wrong. 27.
Verse 41.
Book of Genesis chapter 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
This bastard has been wanting to kill us for thousands of years. Y'all don't understand that, because y'all continue just not listening to the Lord. You only want to listen to the white man. But now he's been trying to kill us for years, and he's an enemy to the Lord. So this salvation that y'all that you fake Israelites and you hardcore Christians, apologetics, keep trying to give him, he ain't gonna get. Tells you that in Hebrews. Why? Because the Lord never loved him to begin with. Let's get Malachi. Book of Malachi, chapter 1. Should we read from verse 1 or should we just move down to verse 3?
What chapter?
Malachi, the first chapter. For the purpose of edification, I'm asking you, should we read starting at 1 or should we go to verse 3?
I started 1 or 2 at least.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and get started verse 2. Split the baby. I like that. Go ahead.
The book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 2.
Not like Solomon, but split the baby. Go ahead.
I have loved you, said Lord Yahweh. Yet ye say, well, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said Yahweh?
Esau and Jacob were brothers in the beginning. That brotherly covenant's been gone. It's been gone at least since the book of Amos. Go ahead.
Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau.
What? He loved who?
Yet I loved Jacob,
He loved the 12 tribes of Israel. Go ahead.
and hated Esau,
And hated Esau, so-called European or white man. Go ahead.
and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
Because that's where they were, the caves.
Come on.
He put them in the caves of the Caucasus Mountains. Where does the term Caucasian comes from? Caucasus Mountains. Go ahead.
Verse 4, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
In other words, like you see on, like you used to see in the cartoons back day, when the bad guy or the evil guy gets beaten, they promise to come back.
Come on, sir.
That's what that is. Go ahead.
Thus said Yahweh of hosts, Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
He will tear them down. The empires that they build, he will tear them down. He tore down the Greeks in the early Roman Empire, and he's going to tear down this one. Go ahead.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
They are the border of wickedness. By them, he's talking about Esau. They are the border of wickedness. The white man and woman is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
It says so right there. We just read it. Y'all cannot, y'all niggas in the church and Christian Israelites, y'all cannot save this white man. He's going to get his judgment. Y'all just going to have to deal with that. Go ahead.
And the people against whom the Lord Yahweh hath indignation forever.
For how long?
Forever.
Indignation means hatred and disgust. For how long?
Forever.
Forever, meaning as long as there's an earth, the Lord is going to always hate the Edomites, so-called white man and woman. You can't get out from under that. And he repeats it in the book of Romans. He literally repeats it. So all y'all saying that the New Testament is saying something different from the Old, no, it isn't. Not saying anything different at all. We're going to get 2 more scriptures and then we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Speaking again of Esau, Obadiah 1 and 18. Oh, is that right? Oh, yeah, I love the book of Obadiah, man. That's real spill. And to know that that's future prophecy, it's heavy. The apologetics think that there's not future prophecy. I'm like, but yet they also say that they ain't Esau. So I'm asking them, pick a struggle. Are y'all Esau or not? Because if y'all ain't Esau, the book of Obadiah don't even apply to y'all. But see, they know it does. And it scares the hell out of them. Go ahead.
You said verse 18?
Yeah.
Book of Obadiah, verse 18. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people.
Should have kept y'all ass out of Jerusalem. You didn't belong there to begin with. Go ahead.
In the day of their calamity.
In the day of their calamity. Go ahead.
Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity.
Go ahead.
Nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity.
You shouldn't have touched the Most High's people, Esau. You shouldn't have put hands on us. You shouldn't have done all the evil you did. When you did it, that began your nation's judgment. Go ahead.
Now this shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Now this shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress.
Hardcore scripture. Are we through at 18? I don't think that was 18.
We through with 18.
Oh, we are?
Sorry, sir.
Go ahead.
Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame.
House of Jacob, that's talking about Israel. Joseph, that's talking about mainly the northern kingdom. Go ahead.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble.
House of Esau for stubble. In other words, house of Esau, their rulership is getting ready to come down. Go ahead.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
Not going to be any remaining of the house of Esau. Book of Revelations tell you they're going to do double the captivity. So for as long as we were captive, which we're going on almost 500 years, they're going to be in captivity for about 1,000 years. And then ultimately, as we're reading right here in book of Obadiah, there should not be anyone remaining of the house of Esau. Go ahead and finish that out. For the Lord
hath spoken it.
Excellent. So when we're going out there prophesying against so-called white man, the Edomites, that ain't hatred. That's the Bible.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all just gonna have to deal with the truth. Let's go to Revelations 13 and 10. So-called white man led us into captivity, and so we're going to lead him into captivity. Go ahead.
This book of Revelations, chapter 13, 10.
Yeah, verse 10.
He that led him into captivity, he that leadeth into captivity.
He that lead us into captivity, go.
Shall go into captivity.
Shall go into captivity, meaning they're going to go into captivity. Whether y'all like it, understand it, at all, it's going to happen. Go ahead and finish that.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Nation led us into captivity is going to go into captivity, period. All because the Lord said it. He may have said it through the mouth of John the Revelator, but count on it happening.
Okay.
It's going to happen. The thing we need to be focused on is getting back to our laws, statutes, and commandments, back to our culture, and stop living in their culture. Were we done in verse 10?
Okay, sir.
All right. We're going to go ahead and close out the class with our closeout scripture, 1 John 4 and 20 and 21.
Book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hated his brother, he is a liar.
If you say you love the Most High, but you hate your fellow so-called black or Hispanic man, we know that you're a liar, just from your works. Yeah, Brother Charles say they'll be our future museums. Damn right. Go ahead.
For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God, whom he hath not seen?
I mean, it's all about your works at this point. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that you love the Most High, who you haven't seen and won't see, but then you can turn around and say you love him, but yet you don't love your brother, and you see him every day. And keep in mind, he's a son of God as well. Same with that sister. She's a daughter of God. Got to get back to loving ourselves like he demanded and just coming together with ourselves. One way y'all can do this is start getting a hold to black businesses in your neighborhood. I'm talking to the whole nation right now. Start supporting brothers and sisters, even if they haven't come to this truth yet. Start doing business with them, and little by little, we'll put this house back in order. They'll start coming to our cookouts. They'll start coming to our high holy days and our Sabbath service. And damn it, before you know it, another generation, you'll have a whole nation of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans ready to serve the Most High again. And we can come up out of hell and on them damn on them flying saucers with the Lord and with the angels. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap the class. Pass the class over to Precinct Officer Hadazan for the security announcements.
This is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, Star 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Times, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18 verse 21. Malachi chapter 3 verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. A free will offering for priests. It's not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. The memorial of the blowing of trumpets will be held on Friday, September 11th. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, we'll now give a courtesy salute to a verse. Memphis or Imam Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shabbat. We'll now be giving a courtesy salute to his sisters. May of Israel, Mav Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh. And with that, class dismissed.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're 1 West.